Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So this video, I'm titling it, Why the Average Looking Guy Will Always Win. Yes, we're about to do this. We're about to go in. We're about to go in on this look shit. Okay, so, now, but the reason why I wanted to do this video is because, I keep seeing guys, putting out misinformation because they don't know any better. And, I look at this and I shake my head and I'm just like, I can tell these guys either don't really go outside and deal with people, or, they're just misinformed because they're looking at, the game just from one angle. Right. And so what I like to do is I like to look at things from different sides, different perspectives, so that you can get a more well-rounded view of what's going on here, right? So, the thing is this. A lot of guys think that, if a guy is really good looking to a lot of women, that automatically makes it, where he's just going to have sex all day and, it's going to be easier for him to get girls and all this other stuff. Now, I want to start off by saying this. If a guy is a really good looking guy, or if a particular woman is looking at him and thinks he's good looking, right? That could actually help him get a woman wanting to have sex with him. So the thing is, I'm not saying that, because a guy looks good, that doesn't mean anything. No, I'm saying if she thinks he looks good, or if a lot of women thinks he looks good, that could actually help him get more sex because they're physically attracted to him. You understand? So for all the guys, it's like, oh, it's all about looks and looks matter and all this other stuff. Yes, looks matter. You feel what I'm saying? So a woman could see a guy, thinks he's good looking, and want to have sex with him because she thinks he's good looking. Right? So let's get that out the way. So all you guys in the comments, oh, but what are you talking about? Look, because I've said before, saying looks matter and saying looks don't matter are both right. Okay? So what I want to focus on this video is that I want to talk about how the average looking guy is always going to win, and why you guys out there, because there's a lot of dudes out there who would be considered average looking, right? Because again, we always talk about looks, and looks are subjective at the end of the day, right? But if we're going to try to speak on this in sort of, an objective sort of way, we can kind of look at it in the sense of, societal standards of what they think is a good looking guy, or what they think, you know what I'm saying? So, when we talk about an average looking guy, let's just talk about it for this, in this context, objectively, as a guy who is not a quote unquote bad looking dude, but he's not like a super, good looking model type of guy. You understand? He's just an average dude. You understand? Maybe like 5'8", 5'9", decent looking guy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he's not like a supermodel, but he's not like just totally sloppy and all over the place, right? So I just want to, give that sort of picture so we can kind of, understand what's going on, right? Now, why do I say that the average looking guy will always win, right? Now, the reason why I say that the average looking guy will always win is because of one main thing. One main thing. And this one main thing is why the average looking guy will win. And this one main thing is also why some good looking guys are going to have trouble in the game. All right. And this one main thing is attainability. Okay. Attainability. So what that means is that the average looking dude for most chicks is more attainable than the good looking dude. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. The average looking guy is more attainable than the good looking guy. So that means that the average looking guy, and we're just going based off of physical appearance and how people view things and people's own insecurities and all this other stuff. So what happens is that sometimes when a woman sees a guy who is like, let's say that she thinks is really, really good looking, right? She may be physically attracted to him, but what happens is she thinks she can't get him because he's too good looking. right? This is what happens sometimes. So even though she has a desire for him, she may not be confident enough to think that that guy would want her. But when she sees the average looking guy, guess what? Oh yeah, he's more attainable, right? So us guys do this all the time. You see that hot girl that you think is a 10 and you say, oh, she's bad. I would love to be with her. But what do you say? Oh, she's out of my league. I can never get her. So what do? You go over to the girl who you think is a 6 and holler at her. Why? Because you think it's easier to get her. You think that's more your level. Right? So that's the thing that you guys got to understand, is that the attainability factor is the thing that will make the average looking guys win. Because she thinks she can get you. She thinks that, you're at her level. And this even goes for chicks who you would consider hot. Because let's say you see a girl who you think is a 10, right? The girl who you think is a 10, in her mind, she probably thinks she's a 6. You understand? So she's looking at you like, yeah, you're who I feel I can get, but that other super good looking guy, I don't know. Now, let's take it to another way of looking at this also. And this is why I always say that this whole looks thing is that, see, most women, right? Most women can act, and this is going to sound sort of contradictory to what I just said, but most women can get a good looking dude. So what I mean by that is that most women can get a good looking dude to fuck them. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Most women, not all, but most women can get a really good looking dude to have sex with them. Right? So what happens is, most guys, because, dudes is thirsty out here, they'll fuck a chick who they consider like a 5 or a 6 or whatever. You understand? And the guy could be like a really good looking dude, and he'll fuck a chick who he considers a 5 or a 6, even a 4 or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So most women can get a good looking guy to fuck them. But what happens is that they can never get this guy to stay with them. And then so what happens is that a woman, even though she may be intimidated by a good looking guy, she runs across certain good looking guys who approach her and try to get with her. Because she's physically attracted to him and sexually attracted to him, she may probably have sex with the guy, right? But what happens is that because the guy doesn't stick around, or because she starts to actually like the dude and he doesn't, want to stick around with her because he's not really feeling her like that, she feels rejected, right? Then she ends up getting with another guy who she may think is good looking, and then he does the same thing. He fucks her and then he bounces because he's like, I'm not really feeling that chick like that. Like, I was just horny, wanted to get my nuts, and I'm out. And then she feels rejected again. So what happens? She starts to see these other good looking guys, and even though she's physically attracted to them, she's like, he's a douchebag. I don't really want to fuck with him. Right? And so part of what happens is that the women feel like they can't be, they're not able to get this guy. The attainability to keep a guy like that is slim to none. It ain't gonna happen. Right? So what does she do? When that average looking guy approaches and talks to her, okay, this is more my speed. I feel a little bit more comfortable in this situation because I feel like he's more at my level. You understand? I don't feel like he's going to leave me like that. I'm not too intimidated by this guy. You understand? And I talked about this before, where how women will be sometimes on Tinder and shit like that, and dudes they think are really good looking, they won't even swipe on them because they're like, nah, he's too good looking. He seems like a dick, or he seems like he's going to be an asshole. That comes from them usually having experiences where either a good looking guy they wanted didn't want them, or a good looking guy they wanted fucked them and never called them again. You understand what I'm saying? Just use them up for their whole. You know what I mean? So that's what happens. Right? So a lot of these women, and again, this doesn't go for all women, because there are some women who want that super good looking guy and still can't even get him to fuck them. Right? And so what confuses, a lot of guys out here, what confuses a lot of you guys is that y'all keep listening to what women say they want, and because, you are not that guy, or you feel you're not that type of guy, you feel you can't get the girl, but you don't understand the aspect of attainability. So you'll hear, like, for example, there was that guy, it was a few years ago, this dude who, he got arrested for something. He's like a criminal or some shit. His name was, Jeremy Meeks, I think. And this light-skinned dude, and, he's a good-looking guy, and he got like a mugshot, and it went viral because all these women are like, oh my God, he's so hot, he's so sexy. Oh yeah, I want him, all this other stuff. So all these dudes online was all in their feelings, like, see, it's all about looks, because I can't get a girl, because if I don't look like that, girls are going to want me, and I can't get a girl, because, oh my God, I don't look like, dudes was all in their feelings. Right? Now, what guys don't understand is this, and it's funny because we do the same thing, is that, yeah, they're looking at him and they're like, yeah, he's hot and I want that guy and all this other stuff, right? But what happens is that just because you want that, just because women say they want those things, doesn't mean that they can get those things. You understand? Again, a chick could maybe get a guy like that to fuck her once, you understand? Because he's horny, right? But most of the time they can't even get that. But what happens is that just because they say they're like, oh, I want a guy who has this or has this amount of money, or, oh, I want a guy like this and that. And then so you're thinking, damn, well, I'm not that guy, so I can't get with her. No, what you don't understand is they want those things, but just because they want those things, that don't mean that they're going to get those things. It's like this. Think about how many people you know that want to be rich. Probably you want to be rich. You probably said to yourself, damn, it would be really nice to be rich. Or, how many people play the lottery because they want to get rich? But how many people actually get rich that want to be rich? Right? Think about running a business. How many you probably had a friend or two? You probably even said this yourself, like, damn, I would love to have my own business one day. Or one day I'm gonna run my own business. How many times you heard somebody say that, and either they don't even bother to start it, or they try to start the business, but they fail? So yeah, they want to run a business, they want to have their business, but how many people actually get the business they want? How many people actually are successful in that? So the same thing happens for women. Women will talk all fucking day. Oh, I want the guy that's 6 foot this and is making this amount of money. How many of them are actually getting the guy they want? Not many. And this is why the average guy will always win. Because they're not getting those guys, who do you think the guys they're getting are? I don't know, maybe the average guys? I don't know, maybe maybe the average guys. I don't know. It's the same thing for you guys. Listen, all y'all motherfuckers want a 10. Okay, let's cut the bullshit. All y'all motherfuckers want a 10. Okay? But if we're gonna be honest, think about the last 3 or 4 girls you was fucking with. I'm sure they all weren't 10s. So imagine if women were out there saying, and of course I'm sure there are women saying this because, they'll be on that goofy shit too. But all of us guys are saying, you know what? We want fucking 10s with, perfect bodies, pretty faces, who cooperate, just these perfect fucking girls. And imagine women saying, oh my God, I can never get I can't get a guy because they all want 10s and I'm only a 7 or... And again, there's women who will say that type of shit because they don't understand the aspect of attainability. Because everybody wants the best fucking shit, but we're all not going to get that thing. Right? We're all not going to get it. Because most of us aren't even confident enough to get the thing that we say we want. This goes for men and women. You feel what I'm saying? So you guys got to understand that, because look, you're probably saying, well, at least, it's easier for girls because, yeah, they can still get the good looking guys. So at least they can have sex and all that. See, what you guys got to understand, I've been talking about this before, is for women, as much as women love sex, it's not just about the sex. What women really love at the end of the day is attention. So if they can't get the attention, that continuous attention from those quote unquote good looking guys, then it don't really fucking matter to them. You understand what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about some, quote unquote good looking guy fucking them for one night and tossing them, over like there. You understand? They don't give a fuck about that at the end of the day. What they want at the end of the day is that continuous attention, that validation that they can actually keep that type of guy. But most of them can't. You understand? And see, the thing is, what happens is sometimes you might see situations where, it seems like girls will be like throwing themselves at good looking guys or showing them a lot of attention because, like, just like I said, that dude, Jeremy Meeks, when he came out, all the women are like, oh my God, oh, he's so hot, blah, 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 because they're physically attracted to him, right? But just because there's attention thrown there doesn't necessarily mean that a sexual situation is going to happen, right? It's the same thing where if you guys are in a party, right? Let's say we all in a party and shit, we chilling, and there's chicks in a party and shit. Let's say, there's 100 guys in this party and 100 girls in this party, right? And I'm at the party with you, we chilling, right? And let's say there is like 2 super hot chicks in there. Like, there's a few other cute girls, but there's 2 like bad joints, right? They're just super crazy bad, right? 90 dudes in that party, 90 out of those 100 guys. I'd probably even go and even say 95. 95 out of those 100 guys are not going to approach her. But guess what they're going to do? They're going to stare at her. They're going to be gawking at her. They're going to be looking at her every 5 seconds, but they're not going to approach her. You understand? So the way that those guys are looking at her is the same way these women will gawk and, be all, oh my God, about some dude that they think is physically attractive. You understand? So there's that energy that's going to be put out there because of them thinking they're physically attractive. But that does not equal, you understand, them actually fucking the dude. Because first of all, the guy has to go and approach them, right? Because they're not going to approach him in most cases. Now, there are some cases women might go up and approach a guy if she feels, he's attainable in that manner, and she's that attracted to him. She may approach him, but that's rare. You understand? Because sometimes guys do get approached by women if the woman is attracted to him enough to where she's, wants to do that, but also she feels he's attainable to get, which is why she's approaching him in the first place, right? But most of the time, that's not going to happen. So she's going to have to wait for the guy to approach her. Then once he approaches her, he has to make sure that he doesn't say anything or do anything to fuck up her attraction for him, right? And now let me touch on that real quick, because a lot of guys don't even understand this shit, right? Because I've talked about this before, how a guy could be a good-looking dude, and then he approaches a girl, talks to her, and then she's turned off, and guys are like, "That's bullshit! Come on, Mr. Locario, he's fucking sexy. She's gonna want to fuck him regardless." My niggas, let's break this down. Let's break this down in a way that you can understand, right? Let's say you see this bad fucking chick, right? Badass girl, right? And you start talking to her, and you when you get into the conversation, you realize she tells you that she got 5 kids from 5 different baby daddies, right? Now, you might be a little bit turned off, right? You see, you thought she was hot. Now you're a little bit turned off. Okay, but some of y'all probably like, well, I still fuck her, right? Okay, let me break this down a little bit more for you thirsty niggas, okay? Let's say, forget the 5 kids. Let's say she don't got 5 kids. You start talking to her, and you find out for some reason, or she just admits to you, hey, listen, I got herpes, or I got some sort of STD, right? Now, at that point, even though she's bad, you're like, damn, like she was bad, but now I don't want to fuck her anymore because she got STD. But let me break this down even further for you, thirsty niggas, because I know some of y'all probably like, well, I'll just put on a condom and strap up and fuck it. You understand? So let me put it for you thirsty niggas. Okay, let's say forget she don't got 5 kids, she don't got an STD, right? You talk to this chick, she's bad as fuck, right? Baddest chick you ever seen in your life. You start talking to her and she says, look, I gotta tell you something. I was born a man. Okay, are you attracted to her still? Do you still want to fuck? Now, if you still want to fuck, I suggest you unsubscribe to my channel, okay? I'm just saying. But you get my point. My point is that at first you were attracted, now you're not because of what was said. The same thing happens for women. You see what I'm saying? So don't just think it's, because the girl thinks he looks good, that's the end all be all. Right? But like I was saying in an example before, is that, you have that party, 95% of the guys ain't going to go and approach the girl because they're scared and all this other stuff. But they just have that desire, which is why they're looking. Women will have that sexual desire because of how physically attractive the guy is, but it doesn't always equal to sex automatically. There's all these other variables that come into play. You understand? But what you got to understand is the average guy will always win because for most women, he is the most attainable dude. You understand? Because, what a lot of good-looking guys, don't tell you. And, good-looking guys will get chicks that want to fuck with them because they're good-looking and all of that, like I was saying earlier. But what they don't want to tell you is that there's times where they're getting rejected, by a lot of different chicks. Like, I suggest you guys check out my dude, James Tusk's videos. And he has a video, or I think 1 or 2 videos where he has a rejection compilation. James Tusk, he teaches guys how to approach women and all this other stuff. And he's a good looking dude, right? He's the type of guy that most women will probably say is good looking type of dude. He has that he looks like he could be like Brad Pitt's cousin or brother or some shit, right? And so he has videos of him approaching girls and them not trying to fuck with him. You understand? He has a compilation video of that, which I thought was genius. Because him trying to teach guys how to get girls, most guys would be like, oh, well, girls only want you because you're good looking, blah, 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 blah. Right? You see what I'm saying? But most of those girls, there's probably girls who did reject him who probably thought he wasn't attainable. Because even though the guy is saying to the girl, hey, I want to get with you again, she's going to think, oh, he just wants to fuck me. And I don't want to go through this emotional roller coaster of fucking this guy and then he'd stop calling me or I start liking him and all this other shit. I don't want that shit to go down. So I see this other guy who's pretty, he's a good looking dude or he's a cute guy to me, but he's not super good looking. You understand? He's sort of an average looking guy. I'll fuck with him. You understand? And this is why the average looking guys will always win.
Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below to send me a question. If you have a question on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And 3, I want you to click the link under that one to go to Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month.
What's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.